Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. We do have an XRP emergency information we'll be covering in today's video. We got an article coming out that Coinbase will no longer support XRP. Obviously, we know they delisted it a long time ago, but now you cannot even store it in the wallet at all. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today, we have 2.25% and trying to climb. It was already a little bit higher. It did reach right into a supply and demand zone that we're going to be talking about here as far as XRP goes. Up 2.2%. Ethereum's up 4%. Bitcoin up 1.57%. So we will be diving into the charts today, weekly, daily, 4-hour charts. But obviously, the most important thing right now is the wallet situation over at Coinbase. Coinbase wallet will stop supporting Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, XLM, and XRP, citing low usage. The crypto wallet plans to stop supporting the 4 tokens on December 5th, but added any remaining funds will still be tied to users' existing addresses. Now, for me personally, this is a red flag. I would immediately get all of my BCH, ETC, XLM, XRP off of Coinbase immediately. They are not supporting it at all any longer. So, transferring over, as we've been talking about, not your keys, not your crypto anyway, getting this over into your MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Trezor, or even your Ledger wallet. That's my personal opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so none of this information is financial advice, but just personally, obviously, if this is going down, you don't want to be anywhere near it. This also throws up red flags about Coinbase altogether. Stupid that they're saying for low usage. It doesn't matter if there's low usage. They don't want to custodially hold your coins. So what is going on? What do they know that we don't know? We know Coinbase is, the only legally registered New York Stock Exchange crypto exchange. And now they're coming out with this right here. Is not very, very exciting at all. The crypto wallet does plan on December 5th, as we just said. So for those of you that are not aware, Coinbase does have its own wallet as well. So it's not the exchange, but if you have it on the exchange, the reason why I'm bringing this up, it's not worth being there. It's not very smart to do that. We've seen what's happened with these exchanges. What is the domino effect here and what's going to happen in the future? So right here, November 29th, notice Coinbase said the wallet will no longer support Bitcoin Cash, XRP, Ethereum Classic, Stellar, as well as their networks. The crypto firm cited low usage, the 4 tokens, in its decision to stop supporting December 5th. What is interesting, though, about XRP, of course, there's low usage because you can't even buy or sell on their exchange here in the United States. This does not mean your assets will be lost, said the announcement. Any unsupported asset that you hold will still be tied to your addresses and accessible through your crypto wallet recovery phase. That is no matter what. Okay, yes, you can leave it there. It's totally fine, totally safe, they're saying. But that is not, no, we just, no, right? That's very, very scary and dangerous. I would not leave it there for so many reasons. Their note here says specifically, this is what was on the page. As of December 5th, Coinbase wallet will no longer supporting the following assets and networks due to low usage: BCH, ETC, XLM, XRP. This does not mean your assets will be lost. Any unsupported asset that you hold will still be tied to your addresses and accessible through your Coinbase wallet recovery phase. In order to view or transfer these assets after December 5th, you will need to import your recovery phase on another non-custodial wallet provider that supports these networks. To learn more, visit the help article here, Moving Unsupported Tokens, and you can go there and check that out. Coinbase wallet can only store supported cryptocurrencies and access dApps on supported networks. Double check that Coinbase wallet supports the network you are receiving assets from. Otherwise, you won't be able to access these assets. Sending or receiving unsupported assets through Coinbase wallet will cause you to lose them. All right, guys, so let me know what you think about this. Is this just a small little thing? Because it's obviously not the Coinbase exchange. It's the Coinbase wallet that they hold. That's a separate entity altogether. Do you think this is a red flag for Coinbase? Or do you think this is just them being careful about what could be rolling out in the future? the fact that the Federal Reserve is potentially going to be using XRP and all of those types of situations. Let me know down in the comments section what you think about that. When I saw that, though, it's all over Twitter right now. It's going crazy. People are freaking out, losing their minds that the XRP, because I follow, obviously, we cover XRP very closely on this channel. I follow a lot of XRP happenings that are going on over there on Twitter. So this is a big red flag. And so you can see right here, Watch Your Guru, which is a good follow on Twitter. If you are on Twitter, you definitely should follow them. They always have really great breaking news. Coinbase wallet will no longer support XRP as of December 5th. Also over here on Twitter, we do have James Fillon giving us an update in the Library case. Library has filed a status report in which it states that it cannot reach an agreement with the SEC on the remedies the SEC is seeking and has requested a briefing schedule so the court can make a decision. So if you remember, the SEC won the case against Library, and now they're trying to work out the details on how it's going to be settled. Library has responded to this tweet as well. Our counsel requested that we not post the exact offer, which is a shame because it was basically, you can have everything we have, and they still rejected it. And then he comes back with, let me guess, that's because they want a consent judgment that also includes a specific agreement that every sale, even on the secondary market, is a sale of a security. Now, remember, we're watching this very closely, how this all plays out, because of the fact that they are obviously going up against Ripple in a similar style case. Obviously, Library is a completely different model, completely different system, completely different everything. But just SEC trying to claim that every coin is a security is a problem out there. Also checking up on Jeremy Hogan, who always has really great legal insight for the Ripple stuff, has also come out with some FTX information. The terms of service, very clear. All digital assets were to be held in user accounts and not to be used by FTX for any purposes, speculative investments, etc. There's no wiggle room. It's what I called a grand problema for them. And he goes on, BlockFi, on the other hand, was very clear in its terms of service that it was not custodian of fiduciary or any customer's assets, and that in legal fallout terms could be the difference between a money problem and a prison problem. So BlockFi, the lending service out there, they were not just holding your coins. It was meant to be lent out like a bank and so on and so forth, while FTX was not. They were supposed to be custodying your coins, holding them for you, but instead they were lending them out, and they were also leveraging trades against it. And if you guys remember, we did cover this here. Stuart Alderati had tweeted out another SEC regulatory by enforcement success story months after the $100 million BlockFi SEC deal, BlockFi in bankruptcy. $275 million loan outstanding to FTX from BlockFi. Unknown amounts owned to BlockFi from FTX. Nothing ever registered. Fines paid. With whose money? Consumers decimated. So they were lending money back and forth from each other, which does not look good for anybody. SEC investor protection plan, drive crypto exchange offshore, punish U.S.-based company with large fine. U.S. company seeks line of credit from offshore exchange to pay fine. Offshore exchange collapses. Both companies go under. In other words, what happened, drive crypto exchange offshore. Obviously, we know FTX was based in the Bahamas. Punished the U.S.-based company with a large fine, which was BlockFi. So, oh no, they got to pay back a fee. BlockFi then tries to borrow money from FTX and is successful. U.S. company gets the credit from the offshore company. Offshore company FTX goes down. Now both companies are out of business. Now, another really interesting situation. People are freaking out about Binance, the BNB coin. And that is because Binance has been pumping pretty good. So people are saying that CZ may actually be in the same situation now. And this is just speculation, by the way, that FTX is in. So with Binance, they're saying their funds are strong. They're even offering up a $1 billion fund to help all of these so-called, great companies that may be going under, but they just need a little bit of funding to get through this hardship. Well, there's a lot of people out there saying that the actual amount of Binance coin, that the fact that it's being boosted right now and holding its price so well is a huge red flag, because they may be artificially pumping up the price by buying their own coin. And then Binance, their whole entire system is held up by the fact that their coin is doing well. If that were to go out of business, what happens then? All right. And so as we see here, this one came out today. There is zero chance any auditor required Binance to transfer $2 billion in funds to prove their holdings. CZ is blatantly lying to everyone, and we will soon see why. I suspect Binance will crumble, just like predicted for FTX, BlockFi, Grayscale, Celsius, and many more. And as we see here, this was a tweet by CZ. This is part of proof of reserves audit. The auditor required us to send a specific amount to ourselves to show we control the wallet, and the rest goes to a change address, which is a new address. In this case, the input transaction is big, and so is in change, ignore the FUD. And over here, you can see they continued on. This was a couple of days ago. Binance has committed $1 billion to the recovery fund. They're basically trying to act as a central bank, bailing out worthless scams in hopes of preventing the walls from caving in. Binance operates just like FTX. Their bankruptcy is already guaranteed. And what he's saying there is, remember, FTX, the reason why they had such a bad situation is because of the simple fact that they were using their own coins as the leverage. So, for example, when you go get a loan at a bank, you have to put a down payment, right? Well, what if you could make up your own money, right? So instead of having the US dollar, I go to Bank of America to get a loan for this $500,000 house, you know, if you don't live in California, $1 million if you live in California, and I need to put down 20%, be 200,000. Well, what if I could bring in 200,000 of Ryan Huggins dollars, right? So I bring 200,000 of Ryan Huggins dollars to Bank of America. They lend me $1 million. Well, that's what these companies do, right? So FTX was having the FTT tokens. They would go to other companies and borrow against the FTT tokens, and the FTT tokens were worth nothing. Well, this guy right here is saying Binance has done the same thing with the BNB coin. Now, again, this is all speculation. This is on Twitter stuff. So, you know, you can do your own research, come over here, check it out, see what you think. But it's been really relevant, the stuff that has been found out over here on the crypto Twitter. It's really interesting to see how things play out. So get over here. Not to mention, Elon Musk is a lot of fun to watch on Twitter. He's trying to save the free speech situation, and we'll see what happens. Also, a big thing going on right now, Apple and also Android potentially going to ban Twitter from the marketplace. So the app store where you download apps, they're potentially going to remove Twitter, because Twitter, Elon Musk has agreed that he's going to be coming out and showing the proof that Twitter was actually politically biased, one, but just suppressing free speech in general as a whole. Also, just so you guys are aware, KuCoin, there is a little bit of situations going on with KuCoin as well. They're giving out huge APRs. So as you can see right here, KuCoin offering staking up to 200% APR on USD Tether. I don't get too excited when I see this. In fact, this worries me. This is a big red flag. If you remember, FTX and all these companies, right, they were offering big APR. You give us your money, and then we will give you more tokens as a reward. That's what APR is, for those of you that don't know, right? So you get interest for them borrowing your coins and holding on to them. You get interest. So why do they need so much coin right now that they're willing to offer you this? So in the short term, if you were to give me Binance a junk ton, or this is KuCoin, but Binance, watch out for that next, right? But KuCoin says, if you give me Ethereum, I'll pay you 100%. So if you were to put $1,000 in Ethereum today on KuCoin, stake it, they're going to pay you 103%. So your $1,000 would come out as $200,003 or $203,000. No, it would come out as $2,003. That was correct on the back end, which is like, that's literally impossible. What are they doing? How are they going to do that? Are they going to print free coins? It doesn't make any sense. So be careful of all of these exchanges out there. As we've been talking about, only have the certain amount of money that you need on the exchange. Always be holding your own coins, not your keys, not your crypto. Put them in your own wallet. Over here, as you can see, KuCoin, I actually withdrew all of my reserves that I had on there out because I don't trust them. So I put that over in a different wallet, whether that's your MetaMask or Trust Wallet or Trezor or your Ledger wallet, whatever one that you have of that. So interesting times ahead. Be diligent out there. Just hold on to your own crypto. Some people are, maybe this is all FUD, maybe this is all scary, but I'm just letting you all know that this is information that's coming out. These internet sleuths do a good job. They find some really important stuff that has come true. So make sure that you are being very smart with where you hold your coins and how you're holding them. All right, so now that we got all the bad news out of the way, I'm sorry that I brought all of that up. I don't like to bring up FUD. Obviously, FUD can be real, right? It's not just fake news. FUD is real news, and it is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But the thing is, we cover the good, the bad, and the ugly on this channel because we do not want any of our community ending up blindsided, right? So at least you have the news coming out and at least you're paying attention, you know what's going on by tuning into the channel. We're definitely glad to have you guys here. So jumping over here to XRP, we're going to take a look on the weekly charts. We did start the new week, as we talked about yesterday, huge downside push on XRP, but has since battled back. We do have 5 days, 1 hour left in this candle. So there's plenty of room to climb to the upside. As you can see, last week, we did get to the 14 exponential moving average on the weekly, rejected. That was also at the time, our daily 50 exponential moving average, which is where it's at right now as well. And if you guys have been watching, that is currently, according to my indicator, which will pop up here in just a couple of minutes, this is a bearish scenario at this moment. This can flip. Like we talked about yesterday, all of the time frames yesterday were showing bearish signals. However, I said if a lot of positive momentum comes into the day, we could be flipping some of those lower time frame indicators there. And sure enough, we did. We flipped some stuff to bullish. We ran up to this 15-minute supply and demand zone, rejected off of there, but we'll drop down to time frames here in just a minute. On the daily charts, we are showing the bullish background still, which is very positive. We're above the market baseline. The only thing I don't like is that we are under the 50 level of the RSI over here. We are currently sitting at 48.15. It's kind of in limbo. We want to see the bulls in charge, and that would mean we are above the 50 level on the RSI right now. We're a little below that. Jumping to the 4 hour, we also had flipped the 4 hour indicator over here to a bullish indicator, and then we had a very bearish move play out. It finally did break below our 4 hour supply or 4 hour 50 exponential moving average. You can see right now we are above it, but we've had some really, really positive momentum pump into it. So we'll check and see if those have now flipped bullish. One thing that we have right now is we're just now getting to the market baseline on the 4 hour chart. So if this pumps up and keeps running, very, very positive for us to the upside. And then, of course, if we switch over here to our supply and demand candles, Heikin-Ashi candles, we can see that when we jump it down to the 15-minute charts, we did break through this supply and demand zone here, and then we kept on pumping all the way up into this supply and demand zone right here. So right now, even down here at the 15-minute time zone, we've got a bullish background. So let's see what our indicator is showing for us over here. If you guys remember, let me jump back to the 4 hour charts. So here's what we had on the indicators yesterday. We had a 1 hour 50 exponential moving average that was bearish. It broke through that. The 4 hour also was bearish. The 5 minute was bullish. Remember that lower time frame was really starting to surge to the upside. 15-minute was bearish. So that 5 minute, after we made this recording yesterday, continued building momentum and did flip to the bullish indicator. Okay, so let's do our rundown. So if we look here on the daily charts and we're on the Japanese candles, one thing to keep in mind is as we continue to make this move, the daily signal is still showing bearish. So if this thing rolls up and over the 50 exponential moving average, we have to pay attention. If it breaks back down below that 50 exponential moving average, we could have a sell-off. That is only if it breaks below it. However, if price gets above it, holds it as a support, we could see the continued move to the upside. And then we do have the potential of running back into our 1100 exponential moving average, which is currently sitting at 51 cents. And then also when we flip over to our supply and demand zones here and we go boom, like so. So you know what's interesting is this is exactly why I like, so like I said, I like collaborating with people, right? Like, the problem with the run guys, which I'm forever grateful, dude, because like they really did change my life. Everything that we went through, the bull run was phenomenal. But like they should have accepted all of our ideas. They should have brought us on as partners because we are some smart ass mofos, dude. Like, I mean, we're it's great to have those guys, and you know we will continue working these other things, but we have a lot of great things coming our way. And I'm really excited about our partnership. And it should have been a 5-way partnership. They should have asked us multiple times, hey, do you guys have any ideas we should implement into the business? All of that would have made everything so much better and so much nicer. So it's really exciting. And yeah, the abundant fund, man, like who doesn't want to be abundant with their life? Like that's literally my screensaver, actually. I am abundant. That's my manifestation that I say as much as possible. So but anyway, very exciting stuff here, guys. And I'm definitely down to go to Dubai. Oh my gosh, darn, I have to make a business trip to Dubai. I'm ready, dude. All right, so that supply and demand zone on the daily gets us all the way up to the 46-cent zone. And it does bring us to that level right there at the tippity top of our supply and demand zone of 51 cents. Essentially, that's where our 1100 exponential moving average is. And it doesn't take many days of bullish scenarios to pop that up there. But to be contrarian, right? And I'm not a financial advisor. None of this information is financial advice. We do have to stay vigilant and smart as always. If we break above the 50, we need to claim this as a support first, then make that move up there. Because if it just simply goes up, tests it, and then bam, you could be in a world of hurt as far as that goes. Because remember, we do still have these really, really bad situations to the downside. So we have obviously our June lows. So that one's here that we're still looking that could potentially break that 28-cent level, as you remember. But then when we go to our supply and demand zones, not only that, we go back in history here and we have our daily supply and demand zones here on this one. And then we also have the one right below it, which is here on this one. And those are those 25-cent zones. And when we flip to our Japanese candlesticks and we flip on our fair value gaps, there is still the daily fair value gap that's lurking right here at the 26-cent level. That is definitely a possibility of getting filled here. Now, the exciting part is what we were just talking about as far as fair value gaps. There is a really healthy fair value gap to the upside that also gets us right into our daily supply and demand zone. That is a potential right there. And there's even a smaller one that it could fill as well. If it starts to build momentum and get up into here, we would definitely flip that indicator to bullish. So right now, daily XRP is bearish. Watch out for that 50 exponential moving average. So we still have that marked, and it's just going to stay there. Our 4-hour signal, our 4-hour situation is going to be our yellow line here. We're going to have to move that a little bit to here because that's where the 50 exponential moving average is. Our 4-hour has just turned to a potential invalid bearish signal. So that is good because it has gotten these two big volume bullish candles to the upside here. We did reject. Gives us a little bit of, potential to keep an eye on. So if this were to flip quickly the next hour or two, then it could be a sell-off. But if it keeps on building momentum, which it looks like it's going to, that's going to be very positive. Jumping to the 1 hour. Our 1 hour indicator is showing bullish. However, on the 1 hour charts, so we need to get our 1 hour line here, move it as well. So our 1 hour now comes to here. Our 1 hour is bullish now, so we'll switch this to bull, and we're going to change the date to 29th. Remember, though, for that to play out, it has to do the opposite. So for a bullish move on this indicator to happen, it will wrap under the 50 exponential moving average and then bounce back to the upside. Going to our 15 minute. Our 15 minute is very bullish. So let me flip this 15 minutes. Get rid of this fair value gap so it's confusing. And our 15-minute green line is bullish. So price could wrap right under here and then continue its move to the upside. Our 5-minute move is also bullish. So these lower time frames have flipped bullish, which is good news. So pull our 5-minute up here. There we go. So, and that level is at 39 cents. So we got our 5-minute is very bullish. And in fact, what's interesting is if this price just rolls down, taps off the bottom of this supply and demand zone, and then rolls right back up, that would be a great bullish move. And that is sitting at 39 cents, 0.39685 to be exact. Our 15-minute is also bullish. And so let me make this adjustment here for us, because that one says bearish. That's what it was yesterday. So this is now flipped to bullish, because we had some really great momentum come in, which is nice. And that 15-minute bullish signal is at 39,411, 0.39411. We also have our 1 hour, which is bullish now, which is at 39,142. And then we have our 4 hour, which has turned to an invalid, but it's not bull or bear. It's actually kind of a mixed signal going on for the 4 hour right now. All the way back up to the daily signal here. That one is still a bearish indicator. So on 11/29, which is today, that's going to be bear until it flips. All right, cool. So because of all the momentum that has come in to XRP, all the lower time frames have flipped back to bullish. Again, we could have everything flip again just because we've been choppy the last several days, right? So it can go up, down, up, down, up, down. The interesting thing is we are very close to getting to this 50 EMA on the daily. It may very well just want to make that climb. And let's check on our 1 hour blue line. The 1 hour blue line. So we could see something where we make that move up to the 1 hour blue line, which is currently sitting at 41 cents. And again, that blue line is the 1100 exponential moving average. That also gets you right there. So we are traveling pretty high up into the RSI zone. So this could continue to ride out, but we're getting to the overbought territory. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Checking on volume. Volume still just not really changing much. Haven't had really any volume spikes, just kind of staying level there. If we see some good volume start to come into this as well and really take it to the upside, that would be nice. All right, so now we have all of that labeled out. 5-minute bull, 15-minute bull, 1 hour bull, 4 hour is mixed. The 1 day is bear. Let's jump to Ethereum. All right, so here we have Ethereum now. And we'll start with the daily for Ethereum. So the 50 daily EMA is still bearish on the daily. We will drop to the 4 hour. We'll have to adjust this. The 4 hour was bearish for Ethereum. Let's see if we've made the switch. We have not. So Ethereum does still have some signal of a potential drop to the downside on the 4 hour. So if we do see some bearish momentum pop in here, some bad volume, we could see another drop return to these lower levels. Let's see where our 4 hour supply and demand zone is. That's a big zone there. So let's drop a little smaller 1 hour supply and demand zone. It's all in the same area essentially. So we'll go ahead and block this. Boom, right there. 4 hour. We're going to switch. Remember, we switched the other day. So our 4 hour is now yellow. And that box gets us to 1170 as a support. 1170 to a downside support. So if we see that 4 hour start to make a really steep decline, we'll see what happens if it falls into line and lands right there on that 4 hour support. Jumping down to the 1 hour on Ethereum. 1 hour on Ethereum is very bullish. So that's good news. If price were to drop down here and swoop up. So that would actually be good because the 1 hour would come down, drop below the 1 hour 50 moving average, but it would bounce off the 4 hour. That's like a double positive situation there. It could move to the upside. So 1 hour is bull. It was bearish yesterday. So that's good momentum coming in the market. All right, let's look at our 15 minutes. 15 minutes is bullish. So check this out, guys. Look at this. So yesterday, our 15-minute line was all the way down here. And look at all of that positive information that came in from yesterday's video. We've had that much of a climb. We came from 1169, about 1169, all the way up to currently sitting at 1217. And what's really interesting is, like I said, if momentum starts coming in, they can flip, because yesterday the 15-minute was bearish, and now we have a bullish indicator. And this indicator I'm using is real time, so it updates as soon as volume and momentum come in. So on the 15-minute chart, very likely we could see a dip below here and then a move to the upside. So we have the 15-minute charts bullish at 1212. We have the 1-hour chart bullish at 1199, and the 4-hour is bearish at 1193. Let's jump to the 5-minute. The 5-minute is bullish and could likely have a move playing out here pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and grab this. We move the 5-minute up to here. And we'll zoom in and you'll see what I'm talking about, because price has come to the 5-minute 50 exponential moving average right now. It's broken below it. So here's an interesting situation. We're either going to see a nice move to the upside here in the next 30 minutes to an hour, depending, or it could trade sideways, but it's going to bounce off this trend line, make a move to the upside. That's a potential. If not, we would make potential come back down below the 15-minute from here, but the 5-minute is bullish now. So yesterday, everything was really bearish, but that big day of momentum came in and flipped everything back to bull. The one thing I don't like is the fact that the 14 exponential moving average about to cross that 50. That's bearish. But sometimes you see an immediate cross and then flip back to the other side. All right, cool. So we got 5-minute bullish at 1217, 15-minute bullish at 1212, 1-hour bullish at 1199, 4 hours bearish at 1193. And then, of course, still, we do have the daily bearish signal, but price would have to climb all the way up to 1300 and 1313 basically. And again, this is not financial advice, it's just an indicator that I use, and this is what it's saying. Flipping to a Bitcoin, let's check it now. So Bitcoin is still just trading sideways basically compared to what happened yesterday as well. So yesterday is a bearish candle, today was a bullish candle, just wiped each other out. Our bearish indicator is Bitcoin getting all the way up to 18,079 and then flipping. On our 4-hour charts for Bitcoin, let's see if it switched. 4-hour charts for Bitcoin has switched. Oh, no, that's 5 minutes. Sorry. Let me get to the 4-hour. Bitcoin charts for 4-hour are bearish, but it's looking like a very potential of switching. But we'll label it here, 4-hour bearish. 4-hour 1129. One hour also bearish, 1129. $15-minute is bullish, so lower time frames have gone bullish. And we'll swap that out. Let's change that information to bull on the 29th. And then we'll go to the 5-minute. All right, so now we'll check the 5-minute one as well. And the 5-minute blue line, or not blue line, sorry, the 5-minute, what the heck? All right, turn the magnet off, grab it, plug it in. 5 minutes is orange. Boom. Change. 5-minute bull EMA. All right, so it's interesting right now. You can see the 5-minute bullish move playing out potentially, right? So 5-minute dropped. It's a bullish indicator. It dropped below the 50 exponential moving average, and we're poking above it, which is really interesting, right? It's playing out right now. So we've got the bullish move happening, which is great. Let's see how high this thing can push. You can follow that over on TradingView. But to do a recap for us here real quick, our 5-minute bullish move is at 16,449. Our 4-hour bearish move is sitting at 16,440. We also have a 15-minute bullish move at 16,434. We have the 1-hour bearish move if it drops all the way down here, which is currently 16,379. 4-hour is a bearish move if we drop to 16,440, which we talked about. And then the bullish move, or the bearish move for Bitcoin, even it's going to be bullish getting there, and it could likely flip because of how far away that is, $18,079.
If you're ready to earn an extra $200 to $3,000 per day in passive income, just like the Run Guys do every single day, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, then click the link in the description of this video to learn the Run Guys' #1 way to start earning passive income online with crypto today.